Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have swatches for you from Native War Paints. I have their Martini Magic collection to share with you, which is a 6-piece water marbling magnetic set of neons. So the pre-order for this is the 18th to the 27th, and during that period each polish will retail for $9, or you can purchase the set of 6 for $50. And after that pre-order time they will go to the price of $10 per polish or $55 for the set of 6. When you purchase the sets, you do receive the magnet, but if you purchase individually, the magnets are $2 a piece. So in the description box below, I will link the Native War Paint site as well as their Instagram page. I will also link my Instagram page where you can see more swatches of this collection as well as a water marbling tutorial. So 6 bright neons, and let's go ahead and get started. So first I wanted to show you the cat eye magnet that comes with this collection, as they are magnetic polishes. The magnet effect in this collection anyway isn't as strong. It is a very subtle effect because it doesn't have a dark base to pull from, but they are magnetic and you will get a slight magnetic effect from these, but this is the magnet. It is a cat eye magnet, and this comes with the polish collection. You will get it if you purchase the entire collection. Otherwise, they are listed at $2 a piece on their website. So at first we have Cosmopolitan, and this is described as a magnetic neon pink. So here is our first coat of Cosmopolitan. This goes on pretty well considering it is a neon. It does have a good formula, no running or pulling. It is just a little bit sheer here on this first coat, so I am going to go ahead and go in for a second coat. I did want to go ahead and preface this also with the fact that these are magnetic. I will show you my magnetic process here on this second coat, but you do have to do the magnet between each coat. I took my magnet out of its holder. I felt like it was a little bit easier to use, but the magnetic pull in all of these are not super duper strong, and it makes it look even worse on the video swatch, like it's doing absolutely nothing because I can't quite get details in neons anyway, but especially this super subtle one. So there's 2 coats. Up next we have Flirtini, and this is described as a magnetic neon orange. Here's our first coat of Flirtini. And I was talking a lot the last swatch about the magnetic pools. Like I was saying, they don't show up super duper strong in person, so my photos are going to show almost absolutely nothing. It's there, but it is super subtle. Okay, so on to Flirtini. This again has a nice, easy to work with formula, no running or pulling. It's just a little bit on the sheer side, so it does have to be built up. Most of these take 3 coats to be completely opaque, and this is one of them. It's a little bit patchy here on this second coat, so I am going to go ahead and go for a 3rd coat. I typically will wait until my final coat to use the magnet because it pulls from the rest of the color and you will get a more patchy manicure if you do that. So I am waiting until the final coat to use the magnets. These do dry down decently glossy on their own, though you will want a nice glossy top coat to help the magnetic effect stand out because it is made primarily of shimmer. So there is 3 coats. Up next we have Lemon Drop, and this is a magnetic neon yellow. Here is our first coat of Lemon Drop. This one is also pretty sheer here on this first coat. This one, I believe, is the only one in this collection that even on 3 coats you can still see your nail line. So if you don't like that, you will want to put this one over a white. And I have experimented on my nail wheel since doing these swatches. Putting it over a white and using the magnet does help the magnetic pool show up even more. So if that's the look you were going for, I wish I had done swatch photos that way, but if that's the look you were going for and you want to emphasize the look of the magnet on your nails, you might want to consider putting these over white. So here is 3 coats, and again this one builds up for the most part in 3 coats, but it is still a little bit sheer and a little bit patchy. But these, I will say, where they shine is in a water marble manicure. They marble beautifully. You won't get any kind of magnetic pull out of them after they've been in the water, but they do water marble really, really nicely. So there is 3 coats. Next up we have Appletini, and this is a magnetic neon green. Here's our first coat of Appletini. Again, this one is pretty sheer here on this first coat, but it does build up to full opacity without any streaking. But again, this does have a nice, easy to work with formula, no running or pooling. I also didn't have staining with any of these. And the shimmer in here is really strong. Like I said, that magnetic effect is made mostly of that shimmer, so when you do use that magnet, it's going to pull the shimmer from the rest of the nail and kind of give you like a shimmery line or dot depending on the kind of magnet you use and where you want it to be. So here on 2 coats, it is still a little bit patchy, actually pretty patchy, so you are going to have to do 3 coats. And again, with using magnetics, I do recommend doing a thicker final coat, as it'll help cover any kind of imperfections and it'll give more of the shimmer to pull from. It is actually still a little bit streaky here on 3 coats, so maybe this is another contender to go over a white if that's something that you are comfortable doing. So there is 3 coats. Up next we have Poolside Drinks, and this is a magnetic neon blue. Here's our first coat of Poolside Drinks. This covers pretty well here on this first coat, though it is another one that does take 3 coats to be completely opaque. This and the next one I feel are the 2 that I did get the strongest magnetic pull out of without having to use a white base coat. But again, this has a great formula, no running, pooling, staining, anything like that. So here's 2 coats, and if you're not super duper picky, you could get away with 2 coats, but I did have a little bit of nail line showing and just some lighter spots, so I am going to go ahead and go in for a 3rd coat. And as far as brush strokes go, they apply more brush strokey looking than they are when they're dry, but a couple of those brush strokes do hang out, so I would be careful to do just straight strokes as possible. So as you can see, I did get a magnetic pull out of this one pretty well. The other ones look like this in person, where it's a nice subtle pull, but my camera wasn't picking it up. I can't pick up neon details. I don't know why, but it is there. So there is 3 coats. And then lastly for today we have Martinis and Teeny Bikinis, and this is a magnetic neon purple. And then I did do this water marble using these polishes. If you're interested in seeing that, I will have a video of it on my Instagram channel, which is always linked in the description. Here's our first coat of Martinis and Teeny Bikinis, and this is one that can be built up just fine in 2 coats. So I am going to go ahead and show you 2 coats today. Depending on your application and preference, you may opt to go in for a 3rd coat. But again, this has a nice, easy to work with formula, no running, no pooling, no staining, anything wacky like that. And this is another one that the magnetic effect does show pretty well here on camera, as well as it is in person anyway. The other ones show not as well in person, but again, it's a subtle shimmer. I don't know how to emphasize that without like screaming it. And this one also dries decently glossy on its own, though a nice glossy top coat will help make it last and help that magnetic effect stand out. So there is 2 coats. So of these neons, Lemon Drop is my favorite. I love a good neon yellow. This one is beautiful, fantastic. I mean, the magnetic pull in here is there. It's not super duper strong, but as far as originality, this entire collection is something new for me. So I like Lemon Drop of all of them, but I thoroughly, highly recommend the entire collection. And that is it. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of this collection. Let me know if you plan on picking any of them up, and let me know what your favorite was. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I will talk to you again next time.